Hello everyone, welcome to the first section of this course. Now, let's just quickly dive into a section outline. This section is purely based on the understanding of what is termux, and then we'll go through the security features of termux. Next, we're gonna learn what is shell and why we're using the termux. Next, we'll quickly go through its installation process and we'll understand what is F-Droid. What are the various usage of termux and its package management? And lastly, we'll have a short Q&A board. Feel free to throw up all your doubts in Q&A and I would be happy to guide you. So thank you so much for taking up this course. Your journey throughout this course gonna be amazing. Wish you all the best and see you in the next class. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now, there are some most frequently asked questions we often encounter. How to use Android for hacking? What is the best app for hacking an Android? The answer to these queries is termux. But there are a lot of misconceptions about this application. Many of us think termux turns the Android into a hacking machine. Well, it's true, but only to a limited extent. The main questions are what is termux and how it works? How to use it? Is it a standalone source of hacking? In today's video, I am going to discuss every single detail about termux. Also, I'll clear all the misconceptions about the termux. We'll find out whether it is a hacking machine or just a normal command line utility. So let's begin. Now, the first question arrives. What is a termux? A termux is a Linux terminal emulator application for Android. A terminal emulator is a program that allows the users to access the command line interface, that is CLI, in a graphical environment. Now, if you have studied the basics of computer, you must know about the shell and command line interface. If not, we have a short video of shell which will clear your all concept regarding shell. Now we'll quickly come across the features of termux. First, termux is secure. It is feature packed. Termux is customizable. Also, termux is explorable. Also, it is with batteries included. Now, can you imagine a more powerful yet elegant pocket calculator than a read line powered Python console? Up-to-date versions of Perl, Python, Ruby and Node.js are all available. It is ready to scale up. Connect a Bluetooth keyboard and hook up your device to an external display if you need to. Termux supports keyboard shortcuts and has full mouse support. Also, termux is tinkerable. Develop by compiling C files with Clang and build your own projects with CMake and pkgconfig. Both GDB and strands are available if you get stuck and need to debug. So these are the features of termux. Thank you so much for this class. See you in the next class. Now this is a short video of what is shell. A shell is a command line interface, CLI, or you can say a program that takes commands from the user and instructs the operating system to perform tasks on the basis of these commands. I'll come again. A shell is a CLI, that is command line interface, or you can say a program that takes commands from the user and instructs the operating system to perform tasks on the basis of these commands. There are many shells used in different operating systems, like Bourne shell, C shell, Born Again shell. All have a different set of features and command behavior. Most of the Linux distributions have Born Again shell, which is also known as bash, as their default command line. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now, the next question is why termux? Now, we know that termux is a Linux terminal emulator. But why is it so famous and sometimes also called a hacking machine? Well, that's somehow true and sometimes a piece of false information also. Termux is not a standalone hacking application. As we discussed, it's a program that takes instructions and runs scripts. I'll come once again. As we have discussed, it's a program that takes instructions and runs the scripts. In some Linux distributions like Kali Linux, Parrot OS, we find a lot of tools for penetration testing. Most of them are CLI based and run through the terminal. We can also install various other tools and run different scripts made for penetration testing. So on Android, obviously you get a complete GUI environment where these tools won't work without any command line utility. That is where termux is used to install such tools on your Android platform. Our Android is also based on a modified Linux kernel. That's why we can use the bash script in it. Also, that's why termux can easily connect to the file system to perform the majority of the set of features, which allows you to use the Linux command line to install and run various scripts. So that was a wrap of introduction to termux. Now let's move to installation and basic usage.
Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now we'll talk about the installation process. There is no complicated process to install the termux on your smartphone. Termux app is available on Google Play Store. You can download the app and directly install it on your Android phone. Also, there is an alternative way to install termux, which is called Fdroid. It is actually the fail-safe way to install termux with less built-in packages. The process is the same as you install any other application on your Android device. Just download, install and run the application. As discussed in the previous video, we can directly download termux from Google Play Store. Also, we can download termux from Fdroid. Now the question is, what is Fdroid? Fdroid is a community maintained software repository for Android. Similar to the Google Play Store, the main repository hosted by the project contains only free apps. Applications can be browsed, downloaded, and installed from the F-Droid website or client app without the need to register for an account. Anti-features such as advertising, user tracking, or dependencies on non-free software are flagged in app descriptions. The website also offers the source code of applications it hosts, as well as the software running the F-Droid server, allowing anyone to set up their own app repository. Now comes the package management. Termux provides apt and dpkg for package management and installation. Termux is similar in usage to most of the modern Linux distributions, especially Ubuntu and Debian based distros. The only major difference is that you won't find the file system hierarchy standard, that is FHS. The file system hierarchy standard is found in most of the Linux distributions, which means you won't find some directories on the same locations as they are in the Linux distros. Now we'll come across the usage of various commands. We'll come across all these commands in a practical session. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. In this section, we will come across hands-on basic understanding of termux. This section is very important in learning and understanding the usage of termux. As we all know that if we have a base strong, then only we can make the skyscrapers, right? So without a further ado, let's begin. Till now, we know that termux is an Android terminal emulator and Linux environment app that works directly with no routing or setup required. A minimum base system is installed automatically and additional packages are available using apt package manager. Learning the usage of termux won't take a long time. And depending on your interest, within 4-5 days you'll be able to work perfectly with termux. Now, a few things to remember: a lot of us will be facing errors, and the main reason will be spelling errors. So make sure you type the command perfectly. Now, the minimum requirements. At least you should have a Lollipop version in your Android device for better performance. Let's open Google Play Store and search termux and install. Make sure you're downloading the correct application. Once it is installed, open termux in your Android device. You'll see the interface. Make sure your internet connection is on. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now let's set up our storage. Whenever we install termux, we need to give storage permission. So let's type termux-setup-storage. Always make sure you type the correct spelling. Also, it will ask you for allow permission. After allowing, we'll get the storage permission. Now type clear. Clear is used to clear the screen. After this, we'll first update and then upgrade our termux. Let's understand why we update and upgrade. Update is used to resynchronize the package index files from their source. Say, for example, if we were trying to update Ubuntu Linux, so it will resynchronize the packages from the source, let's say Ubuntu via the internet. And upgrade is used to install the newest version of the packages currently available. Upgrading involves transforming old system into a new system. This may take time depending on your internet speed. So, coming to the conclusion of this video, two things we need to remember after we install termux in our device. First, we need to provide the storage permissions. And second, we need to update and upgrade termux. Okay, so I hope till now we all are clear with the things. Now let's catch up in our next video. Thank you so much. Now type clear, and to come out of this termux, type exit. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now let's go through the various commands. First, let's type apt list. List command will print a list of all the packages including information about the versions and the architecture of the package. As you can see, list of packages. Also, I have shared the useful commands in the coming up lectures which will help you to build your understanding. So as we are scrolling up, these are the default tools. We can easily install and uninstall these tools according to our usage. We can use apt install and the package name. Let's say we are using the package Xyle. Other than apt, we can also use pkg install and the package name. Let's suppose we want to get this Xyle package. So type pkg install Xyle. It will ask yes or no. Press yes or y and then enter. You'll see the package is getting downloaded. Now next, let's see whether we can download, we can get the package from apt or not. So this time, last time we did with the pkg, now we'll do with the apt. So apt install the package name. Before that, just apt list and check whether your package has been installed or not. As you can see in front of the Xyle, we can see the installed in a bracket, in a square bracket. So yeah, this package has been installed. Next, let's install another package with pkg or apt. So let's type apt install package name. Say for example, we want to download C Matrix. So C Matrix is based on the screensaver from the Matrix website. It shows text flying in and out in a terminal like a scene in the Matrix movie. Once the package is installed, next we'll do the apt list and check whether it is installed or not. Just scroll up and check. All the packages are in the alphabetical order. So just scroll up and check whether the C matrix have been installed or not. Yeah, we can see it's now installed. Now next we'll clear the screen and we'll run the package C matrix.
So as I have already told you, like C matrix is based on the screen saver from the matrix website. Yeah, it shows the text flying in and out the terminal like a scene in the matrix movie. Now type C matrix and press enter. As you can see, the text are flying as a screensaver. Thank you so much and see you in the next class. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now one thing which we missed out in the last video, like how to stop C matrix. To stop C matrix, press Ctrl plus C. It will automatically stop this C matrix. Next, to come out, I mean to exit from the terminal, from the termux terminal, just type EXIT exit and press enter. You'll also come out from the terminal, from the termux terminal. Now, in this video, we're gonna learn how to uninstall or remove the packages from our list, from our apt list. For that, first type apt list. Now, as we can see, C matrix is already installed. Yeah, so now type apt remove, that is apt remove and the package name. So apt remove C matrix and press enter. It will ask yes or no. Press Y and then hit enter. Now clear the screen and again type apt list. Now just scroll up and check whether that installed option is there or not. As you can see, in front of the C matrix, the installed has been removed, which means our package has been. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now in this class, we'll come across the various commands in the termux. First, we'll know what is the show command. For that, we'll type apt show and the package name. The show command will give all the details of the packages. Now, let's type the package name vim. So, apt show and the package name, that is vim. So, we'll get the package name, the version, the maintainer, and the installable size. Like the downloadable size also there, the install size also there. All the dependencies, the conflicts, then apt source, also the description, which gives that it is a vi editor. So apt show vim, I means the show command gives us all the details of the packages. We can also try for zip as well. So just clear the screen, apt show, and then type zip. It will give us all the details about the zip file. Like tools for working with zip files is the description, the downloadable size and everything. Thank you so much. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now, once go to your file manager and then inside the storage. Make sure in your settings option you have turned on the show hidden files. Once you have turned on the show hidden files, you will see the hidden files coming up in your screen. Yes, the .system_xy is an example of a hidden file. So hidden file starts with a dot. Alright, now come back to a termux terminal. Now, if we want to know the version of our package, so we use ---- version command. Let's example, we want to know our list version. So type ls, that is the package name, then ---- version. We'll get the full version installed, I mean the current version installed of the list. Yeah. Next, ls minus a. ls minus a gives us the hidden files list. I mean, if we have just written ls, it will gives us the list of all the files which are not hidden. Yeah. Now, if you type ls minus a, it gives us all the files, I mean the hidden as well as the non-hidden files. Yeah. As we can see, the dot bash underscore history is a hidden file, and the storage is not a hidden file. All right. So as we have also come across, the hidden files starts with dot. So that's why the dot bash underscore history is a hidden file. For that, ls minus a. Now just clear the screen. And now if you want to change the directory, yeah, so we type cd. Cd stands for change directory. And whichever directory you want to go, just type, just write the name of the directory. So I want to go to storage directory. That's why I have written cd, that is change directory forward slash the directory name, that is storage. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now in this video we'll cover the various other commands and how to install other packages in termux. Now let's install Nano. Nano is also a simple text editor like Vim. To install Nano, type apt install nano and press enter. Once the nano is installed, we can type ls, and ls will provide us the list of files and folders available. Now, as we can see, ls has shown all the list of files and folders. Now, if we want to see what's inside tnat.txt, we need to use the command cat. Now, what is the cat command? Now, cat stands for concatenate, which is one of the most frequently used command in Linux and Unix. Cat command allows us to create single or multiple files and view the contents of the file, concatenate files and redirect output in the terminal or files. So now let's type cat and the file name, that is tnat.txt. As we can see, nothing has showed up in our screen, which means when we have given the command cat tnat.txt, inside the tnat.txt file there is, the file is empty. Now we'll use nano and the file name, that is tnat.txt. So as I've already told you that nano is a text editor. So let's write something inside our text file. As you can see, I have written hey and wish you all the best. Now we have something inside our tnat.txt file. Now to come out of this nano text editor, press Ctrl and X. And then Y. It will save the tnot.txt file. Now if you type cat tnat.txt, you will see whatever we have written inside the nano editor, it will be displayed in the screen. Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now in this video we'll come across the various other Linux command. First, we'll know what is pwd command. The pwd command is a command line utility for printing the current working directory. It will print the full system path of the current working directory to a standard output. First, just clear the screen and type pwd. As we can see, the pwd command has printed the full system path of the current working directory to a standard output. If we type ls, we'll get all the files and folders inside our present working directory. Now, if we want to change our present working directory from home to some other directory, we'll just type cd, that is change directory forward slash and the directory name. Here we'll be writing the directory name as SD card.
So cd/SD card. And once we ls, we'll get the list of full folders and files inside our SD card. Now if we type pwd, we'll get /SD card as our present working directory. Let's clear the screen, type clear and hit enter. Now our current directory is SD card. Next, let's create some files using touch. So what is touch? The touch command is a standard command used in Unix Linux operating system, which is used to create, change and modify timestamp of a file. So basically with the help of touch, we can create new files. Just type touch and the file name. Now if we go to our file manager, inside the SD card we can see the file the nat.txt has been created. Now if we use the cat command, cat the nat.txt, we can see there is nothing inside our file. Now to add up something inside our file, we'll use the command nano. Nano, we already come across the nano as a text editor, so we'll type nano and the file name, that is the nat.txt. Now we are inside the text editor. We'll just write something, then we'll press Ctrl X and yes to come out of this text editor. Now if we do cat the nat.txt, we'll see what's inside it. Hi everyone. Yeah. So let's go to a file manager and check inside the nat. Yes, it is there. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next class. Continuing our previous video, now how to make a directory or a folder. So first we'll see our present working directory, it is SD card. Clear the screen and type mkdir. It stands for make directory. Make directory and the file name or the folder name. mkdir debian and hit enter. Now if you ls and just scroll up, you will find the directory has been created. Here directory can also be considered as a folder. So mkdir and the name. Now if you just scroll up, you can see debian has been created. Now clear the screen, and if you just go back to our file manager, we should get the debian folder created there. So let's just come back to file manager, refresh it, yes, and as you can see the debian folder has been created. So this is how we make folders with the help of mk. Hello and welcome to the class. In this video we'll come across how we can traverse various directories. For example, if we cd and /SD card, we'll and hit enter, and thereafter we'll type ls, we'll see various files and folders inside our SD card. Now if we want to go inside in any one folder, for example we want to go inside DCIM, then how we can go? For that, please follow the steps. Now currently our present working directory is home. We'll type cd/SD card and then ls. Now we want to go inside DCIM. Simply type cd and DCIM. We are simply inside DCIM. If we type pwd, we'll see /SD card/DCIM. Now if you want to go inside the folder, say notes, again we'll type cd/notes or cd notes. Make sure you write the correct spelling. Now if we type pwd, we'll get forward slash SD card, forward slash DCIM and forward slash notes. Now clear the screen. Now we're currently in notes, right? Now if we come out from this folder, simply type cd space dot dot. Now if we type present working directory, you will see the present working directory is SD card DCIM. Now if we want to come out from DCIM folder, we'll again write cd space dot dot. This is how we come out from a folder by folder process. Okay. So now we are in the forward slash SD card. Now again we'll go to the nodes and we'll see how to come out directly from node to our home folder. For that, simply type cd and hit enter. As we can see, we currently in the present working directory is nodes. We have written cd and now we have come to home.
Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Now, in the previous video, we have learned the CP, that is the copy command. Now, in copy command, we saw that when we are copying a file or a folder from one directory to another directory, it is keeping a record. I mean, it is keeping both the files in both the directories. Like, for example, if we have copied the nat.txt from SD card to home directory, we can find the nat.txt in both the directories, like in SD card also and in home directory as well. But if we use mv command, that is move command is used to to move the one file or folder from one directory completely to the another directory. You won't find, like, if we just move the nat.txt or any file or folder from SD card to home directory, you won't find it from in SD card once it is moved to home directory. Okay, so let's begin the video. And now if you want to move a folder, for that we'll write mv minus v and the folder name and the location. As you can see, in our home directory, I have created a folder named as ZZZZ. Now I want to move this folder from our home directory to our SD card. So now type mv move minus v for the folder and the folder name, also the location. Like we can see inside the SD card, we have a Debian folder. I want to move this ZZZ into inside the Debian. All right. So there was some, yeah, as you can see. As you can see, we have written mv minus v zzz and we have given the location. As soon as we have pressed enter, it is showing created directory forward slash SD card forward slash the ban and forward slash zzz, remove directory zzz, which means from home directory zzz has been removed and it has been created inside SD card inside the ban folder. Alright, now if you do ls, you can see that the zzz folder has been removed from the home directory.
Now if you want to move the new age_traveler.txt, it is a file to SD card, and inside the bind and inside ZZZ you need to type MV, the file name and the location. You can see the new age traveler file has been copied from the home to our SD card directory. As you can see, hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now in this video we're gonna learn the RM, that is the remove command. Okay, so remove a file or a folder we use RM. To simply remove a file we use RM and the file name. To remove a folder we use RM space minus RF and the folder name. Okay, so currently we are inside SD card, and inside SD card we are inside the Debian folder, and inside the Debian folder we are inside ZZZZ. Alright, and we all know that inside ZZZZ we have a txt file that is named as the new age traveler.txt. Now we want to remove the new age traveler.txt. Now we know that to remove a file we write rm as remove command and then the file name. You can also check in the file manager that inside ZZZZ we have the new age traveler. Now type rm and the file name. Once you ls, you can see that the new age traveler.txt file has been removed. Also you can check with the file manager. Now we want to remove the ZZZZ folder. For that, just type cd dot dot, we will be inside the Debian folder. Now type rm minus rf and the folder name. And hit enter. Now if you do ls, you can see that ZZZZ folder has been deleted. Now check in the file manager, refresh it, you will see yes, the folder has been deleted. Everyone, welcome to the class. Now this video gonna be a mix of mk, that is make directory, and a cp, that is copy command. Alright, so in this video we're gonna first make a folder and then we'll copy some files inside that folder. Follow the procedure as shown in the video step by step. Now currently my pwd is in the Debian folder. So first I'll make a directory named as abc. Now inside abc I'll make three text files, that is 1.txt, 2.txt and 3.txt. This is how you can make multiple text files. Just write touch and the text file name. And now inside this abc folder I'll make a directory, a folder named as inside abc. You can distinguish between the file and the folder. The files are in plain white color, and the folders are like dark blue. Alright, so now I want to copy 1.txt inside the inside abc folder. currently, if I do just pwd, my current working directory is abc. Yeah. So now, first, I'll change the directory to inside abc. Now, I'll type cd space dot dot and come out from inside directory, inside abc to simple abc directory. Yeah. Now, I want to copy 1.txt to inside the abc. Okay. So, write the command cp, then the file name 1.txt and the file you want to copy inside. I mean, the folder you want to copy inside. So, cp 1.txt and inside abc. If you ls, you can see that the file is still there because we have used the cp command. Now if we cd and type inside abc and if we ls, we can see 1.txt is inside. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now in this video we're gonna learn the uname command. Now first, if you want to know the architecture of your device, type uname minus m. Now this is the architecture of my device. Now if you want to know the kernel of your device, type uname minus a. Also, you can use this uname command from any directory, whether it's home, whether it's SD card, or whether it's anywhere. You'll get the same architecture and the same kernel device. So, now type uname minus a to get your kernel device. I mean the kernel of your device. Yeah. So it's Linux architecture 64 Android. Hello everyone. Welcome to the class. Now, in this video, we're gonna learn the ifconfig command. The ifconfig stands for interface configuration. It is a utility for Linux machines to configure, assign, add, delete, control, and query network interface in Unix or Linux machine. Common Linux users use ifconfig command to assign IP address and network to an interface or to disable or enable a given interface. Simply type ifconfig. If the ifconfig package is not there, just type pkg install, and if you will be able to see the two packages which we want to download. So you can download multiple packages. Just type pkg install busybox and net -tools. Since it is already installed in my termux, so it is showing that the tool is already in the newest version. So just clear the screen. Now type ifconfig. Just a second, my Wi-Fi is off. Yeah. So again type ifconfig. Now as soon as my Wi-Fi gets connected, you will see a WLAN is coming up in my ifconfig. WLAN stands for wireless LAN, that is wireless local area network. Now if we type ifconfig and hit enter, you can see WLAN 0. Now if you want to know what's your public IP address, go to Google and type what's my IP. You'll get your public IP address. Now if you want to know the same public IP address from termux, first of all go to termux and type curl ipconfig.me. As you can see, you're getting the same public IP address as shown in the Google.
Now if curl curl is not installed in your termux, simply type pkg install curl. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now in this video we'll come across the ping command. The Linux ping command is a simple utility used to check whether a network is available and if host is reachable. With this command you can test if a server is up and running. It also helps the troubleshooting various connectivity issues. The ping command allows you to test your internet connection, check if a network machine is online, and analyze if there are network issues such as dropped packages or high latency. Now we want to check if your internet is up and if we are able to ping google.com or not. For that, simply type ping www.google.com and hit enter. As you can see, we are getting response. Press Ctrl C to end. Everyone, in this video, we're gonna learn the various other commands in Linux. First, we'll come across the echo command. Echo command in Linux is used to display the line of text or string that are passed as an argument. This is a built-in command that is mostly used in shell scripts and batch files to output status text to the screen or a file. Now, our next command is chmod. In Unix-like operating system, the chmod command is used to change the access mode of a file. The name is an abbreviation of change mode. So chmod is an abbreviation of change mode. In chmod, that is change mode, we have operators and modes. The operator is used to specify how the modes of off of a file should be adjusted. Like if we have a plus operator, it describes that adds the specified modes to the specific classes. If we have minus operator, it removes the specified modes from the specific classes. Yeah, and if you have equal to operator, the modes specify are the mode specified are to be made the exact modes for the specified classes. And for the modes, we have permissions like R, W, and X. R stands for permission to read the file, W stands for the permission to write or delete the file, and X permission is to execute the file. Now first of all, I'll just create an executive file. So just write touch python.py. Also we can add up multiple files. So touch AA, BB, and CC. Also we can make directories. So we can also make directories like A1, B1, C1. And if we ls, we'll see list of files and directories like a.txt, AA, BB, CC, and A1, B1, C1. Now I want to change mode of python.py to full executive mode. So chmod plus x python.py. If we hit enter and ls, we'll see the Python color has been changed to an executive file with full permissions. Yeah. Next, chmod 777, which means the full permission has been given to AA. Even if you do ls, and we'll see that AA has been changed mode. I mean, it is having the full executive mode. Also, for multiple files to get the full permission, just write chmod plus x and star and hit enter. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now in this video we'll come across various other Linux commands. First we'll understand what is CAL, that is cal. Cal stands for calendar. If you type CAL and hit enter, you will see the calendar. So today is 4th June 2020. So if calendar is not installed, simply type pkg install util.linux and hit enter. It will install all the necessary utility packages. Since it is already installed, so as you can see, all packages are up to date.
So clear the screen and type again cal. So you'll see the calendar. Next command is df. The df command, short for disk free, is used to display the information related to file systems about total space and available space. If no file name is given, it displays the space available on all currently mounted file systems. Now next, we'll come across the proc command, that is the process. The proc file system provides a method of communication between the kernel space and user space. For example, the GNU version of the process reporting utility PS uses the proc file system to obtain its data without using any specialized system calls. So type cat /proc /CPU. So this will give the full information of the CPU, like the processor, what are the various types of processors are using, their features, the architecture. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now in this video we're gonna learn how to install the package git and how to clone from the git repository. And at the end we'll learn how to use the wget command. Now to install git, simply type apt install git and press Y and hit enter. Once our git has been successfully installed, go to the git repository. Just copy the link of any GitHub repository you wanna clone and come back to the Linux terminal. So copy the link and come back to the Linux terminal and type git clone and paste the link. So git clone is primarily used to point to an existing repository and make a clone or copy of that repository in a new directory or in a location. So simply the git clone command copies an existing git repository. So git clone and paste the URL and hit enter. As you can see, the clone is started. To check if our cloning is done or not, simply type ls and hit enter. As you can see, Metasploit in termux has been successfully cloned. So you can also change the directory to Metasploit in termux and hit enter. If you ls, you will see all the various files and folders. So if you just simply type cat and read.md,
readme.md, you will see how to install this metasploit underscore termux, metasploit in termux. So this is the full procedure given. So we'll come across this procedure, how to install metasploit and everything, in our coming sections. So this is the simple demonstration, like how to you know uh, clone from the GitHub repository. So git clone helps us to clone from the GitHub repository. But if you want to copy a file or a folder from web, how we can do it? For that we use the command wget. So wget command is a Linux command line utility that helps us to download the files from the web. To install wget, simply type apt install wget. Now let's suppose I want to download a file from the web. So for that, simply type wget and paste the URL. Wget and paste the URL. As you can see, the file has been copied from the web. If you ls and see, you can see readme.md.1. This is the file which we have copied from the web. Now clear the screen. Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now we have entered to one of the most exciting section, where we'll learn how attackers create payloads and send to the victims, and how we can prevent ourselves from such an attack. Now before we dive into Metasploit framework, let's first understand what is penetration testing, or simply pen testing. In simple terms, it is a process to identify security vulnerabilities in an application by evaluating the system or network with various malicious techniques. I'll come again. In simple terms, it's the process to identify security vulnerabilities in an application by evaluating the system or network with various malicious techniques. A penetration testing is a method of evaluating the security of a computer. The purpose of this test is to secure important data from outsiders, like hackers who can have unauthorized access to the system. So basically, a penetration testing is a method of evaluating the security of a computer system. The purpose of this test is to secure the important data from outsiders, like hackers who can have unauthorized access to the system. Now the next important question is, why conduct a penetration testing? Now we'll quickly go through 4 important points. First, government data must be secured while transferring between different systems. Second, protecting your brand by avoiding loss of consumer confidence and business reputation. Conducting a penetration helps us to secure user data. Also, to find the security vulnerabilities in an application. What is a Metasploit framework? The Metasploit project is an open source computer security project which provides an information about the security vulnerabilities and aids in penetration testing and IDS signature development. Now IDS stands for intrusion detection. We'll come across each term in our coming section. Also, Metasploit is a framework which is used for hacking of different kinds of applications, operating systems, web applications, and etc. So, the Metasploit framework is a modular penetration testing platform that enables you to write, test, and execute exploit code. The Metasploit framework contains a suite of tools that you can use to test security vulnerabilities, enumerate networks, execute attacks, and evade detection. At its core, the Metasploit framework is a collection of commonly used tools that provide a complete environment for penetration testing and exploit development. So in simple terms, we can say Metasploit framework is used to find the vulnerabilities of a machine and exploit it, which means hack into the system. So currently there are more than 1500 exploits available. Can you just imagine the amount of impact this framework creates? Now, let's quickly go through the history of Metasploit framework. It was first created by H.D. Murray in 2003 in Perl, and the follow-up project came in 2004, which is known as Metasploit 2.0.
In 2007, Metasploit 3.0 was released, and in 2009, Metasploit was acquired by Rapid7. Then, Metasploit Pro and Metasploit Express was developed. Now, the architecture of Metasploit. It is very important to understand the basic structure of Metasploit and how it is designed. We should not directly start with the exploiting targets, right? Let's start with the architecture. In libraries, we have REX, that is Rex, MSF Core, and MSF Base. So Rex, it's basic library for most tasks. So we can say Rex is a basic library for most of the tasks. It handles sockets, protocols, text transformation, and others. MSF Core, it provides the basic API. It defines the Metasploit framework. So MSF Core provides the basic API, but MSF Base provides the friendly API. It provides simplified APIs for the use in the framework. Now, in the modules, we have exploits, auxiliary, payloads, encoders, no operation, that is NOPs. Now let's quickly see the modules: exploits, payloads, encoders, NOPs, that is no operations, and auxiliary. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now we'll quickly go through the various terminologies which we come across in computer security. So first, what is a vulnerability? In computer security, a vulnerability is a weakness which can be exploited by a threat actor, such as an attacker. So, a threat actor can be an attacker who performs unauthorized actions within a computer system. To exploit a vulnerability, an attacker must have at least one applicable tool or technique that can connect to a system's weakness. In this frame, vulnerabilities are also known as attack surface. I'll come once again. What is a vulnerability? In computer security, a vulnerability is a weakness which can be exploited by a threat actor. A threat actor can be an attacker who performs unauthorized actions within a computer system. To exploit a vulnerability, an attacker must have at least one applicable tool or technique that can connect to a system weakness. Now, in this frame, vulnerabilities are also known as attack surface. So simply, in simple terms, we can say vulnerability, it is a weakness in a system, a bug which is to be exploited. Next, what is exploit? An exploit is a code that takes advantage of a software vulnerability or security flaw. It is written either by security researchers as a proof of concept, which is also known as POC threat, or by malicious actors for use in their operations. Now, when this is used, exploits allow an intruder to remotely access a network and gain evaluated privileges or move deeper into the network. I'll come once again. An exploit is a code that takes advantage of a software vulnerability or a security flaw. Alright, it is written either by security researchers as a proof of concept, or we can say it is a proof of concept of a threat, that is POC of a threat, or by malicious actors for use in their operations. So when used, exploits allow an intruder to remotely access a network and gain elevated privileges or move deeper into the network. In some cases, an exploit can be used as a part of multi-component attack. Instead of using a malicious file, the exploit may instead drop into a malware, which can include backdoor trojans and spyware that can steal user information from the infected systems. I'll come once again. In some cases, an exploit can be used as a part of multi-component attack. Instead of using a malicious file, the exploit may instead drop another malware, which can include backdoor trojans and spyware that can steal user information from the infected system. So basically, exploit is a piece of a code which is taken into the consideration for the advantage of a vulnerability. Now, a very important terminology, payload. So, what is a payload? What can be done using it? Well, a payload can be considered to be somewhat similar to a virus. A payload is a set of malicious codes that carry crucial information that can be used to hack any device beyond limits. Okay, beyond limits that you can imagine. For example, if we are trying to hack any Android device, then with the help of a payload, we can hack software as well as hardware. Let's take an example. If we hack any Android device, then we can access the camera as well as the microphone of that device. So payload works on the principle of reverse engineering, in the sense that we normally hack any device by finding its vulnerability and then we attack the device. But in this case, the payload itself becomes the vulnerability of the victim's device. So generally, a payload refers to a set of codes which a hacker designs according to his/her requirements. And then with the help of social engineering, which includes defective links, fake sites, etc., the payload is sent to the victim's device or is embedded within an application, probably a legitimate application that the victim downloads. The victim does not have any idea about the payload sent by the hacker, as the payload doesn't show any signs of its presence directly to the victim. Now, the victim grants the application permission that is required for it to be installed. Now, once the application with the embedded payload is installed by the victim, the device gets hacked. Now, the hacker has the permission to access the victim's device, and the embedded payload sends information to the hacker as it is connected to the hacker's PC as well. For example, you can click on photos using the camera, access the microphone, and many more things. So, in simple terms, payload, it is another piece of code that is executed through a given exploit, and it lets us control a computer system after it's been exploited. Now, we'll quickly go through the module of the architecture of our Metasploit. First, encoder. Encoders are used to evade the antivirus softwares and firewall. However, it has no effect on the functionality of the exploit. So some popular encoders are next, NOPs, which is a short form of no operation. So, no operation keep the payload sizes consistent, ensuring that validly executable by the processor. Basically, it makes the payload stable. Next, we have auxiliary. It provides additional functionality like scanning, fuzzing, and information gathering. Next, payload. So, in payloads, we have three types: singles, stagers, and stages. So, in single, payloads that are self-contained and completely standalone, that is, as simple as adding user to the target system on running
For example, say calculator.exe. So singles are usually standalone. Next, stages. Set up a network connection between the attacker and victim and are designed to be small and reliable. In stages, payload is divided into stages. And when we come to the stages, it's a payload components that are downloaded by the stages module. So we can say stages are components of stager module. Okay. Now before we go into what is bind TCP shell, first of all, let's understand what is shell. Shell can simply be described as a piece of code or program which can be used to gain the code or command execution of a device like servers, mobile phones, etc. I'll come once again. Shell can simply be described as a piece of code or program which can be used to gain code or command execution on a device like servers, mobile phones, etc. So now there are types of shells. Okay, first we have bind shell and then we have reverse shell. So coming to the bind shell. Bind shell is a type of shell in which the target machine opens up communication port or a listener on the victim machine and waits for an incoming connection. The attacker then connects to the victim machine's listener, which then leads to code or command execution of the server. So in simple terms, we can say in bind TCP shell, we have, in case of bind TCP, an exploit opens a vulnerable port in the victim's machine and then it waits for it waits for the connection from the attacker. Okay. And next we have bind reverse shell. So what is a reverse shell? A reverse shell is a type of shell in which the target machine communicates back to the attacking machine. The attacking machine has a listener port on which it receives the connection, which by using code or command execution is achieved. So we can say in case of bind reverse TCP, the target machine communicate back to attacker machine. The attacker machine has listening port open on which it receives the connection. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now we are nearly to the end of the basic understanding of what is Metasploit framework and we are all ready to start the practicals. So before that, we'll quickly go through the 3 initial steps which are required. First, we'll start the post JRE SQL service. Then we'll make sure that MSF database is running. And then we'll launch the Metasploit framework by typing in MSF console. These are the 3 initial steps. Also, the MSF Venom steps. First, we'll create a malicious file. Then start the payload handler. Get victim to run the malicious file. Now, few important ways, how you can prevent these attacks. It is very important. Okay, so first, don't download files from unknown source. Always run the latest version of software or operating system. And don't click on random links on the internet. These are the ways to prevent these attacks. Okay, so make sure you remember all these points because these are the very key and the basic important points from which you can prevent yourself from getting hacked. Okay, so once again I'll come across these 3 points. First, don't download files from any unknown source. We have Google Play Store, we have App Store, download from them. Always run the latest version of software or operating system and don't click on any random links on the internet. Lastly, be smart. Don't get social engineered by someone. Okay. Now coming to the conclusion part. These were some of the basic Metasploit attacks. The point was not only to teach you that something like happens, but also about how to prevent it. Also,
Whatever you're gonna be taught in this course, it is purely for education purpose. I am not responsible for any illegal things you conduct in future. Thank you so much. See you in the practical section. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Now in this class, we'll install CPU-Z. So, CPU-Z is completely free tool that will help you view all your device's hardware information. It works just like a more popular version of the program made for Windows or PC. The application will give you instant information about the name, architecture, and clocks, that is, core speed and multiplier of each of your system's device. Similarly, it will display information about the make and model of the device, screen resolution, and RAM memory. CPU-Z also offers up battery details, level, state, temperature, voltage, etc. Best of all, and different from many similar applications, CPU-Z doesn't require any special permissions to access and show this information. So, CPU-Z is an excellent hardware information tool for Windows and now for Android as well. Although it's still in beta, the speed and precision with which it offers information makes it a fantastic program. Hello everyone and welcome to the class. Here we'll learn first how to install Metasploit in our Android device using the help of termux. Follow the procedure step by step as demonstrated in the video lecture. First, we'll update and upgrade termux. Please follow the procedure step by step as demonstrated in the video lecture. First we'll do pkg install unstable repo and then we'll install Metasploit. Press Y. Now Metasploit it will take around 357 MB. So yeah, it will take some time depending on your internet speed. So from here onwards, you can wait and watch the installation procedure or move your pointer towards the last few seconds of the video where you will see the installation is done. So if you face any problem, feel free to reach out. Just a quick reminder, when we have successfully installed the Metasploit package and Metasploit framework installation finished is shown in our screen, there at the top you can see the command for database server. Make sure you copy the command and save it in Notepad.